Yeah, I mean, tough game. Obviously, we did some good things in terms of 20 offensive rebounds, only 7 turnovers, and but we got to be able to put the ball in the hole. That's the bottom line. Is we got tremendous scoring opportunities and we didn't score it, and so if you can't go through a game that way and to lead as long as we did, but and just to have those droughts and they get hot a little bit, it puts so much pressure on your defense when you're not able to score.
I guess would you, with a chance to back up, such a huge win over Toledo, just kind of how tough is this, and what was maybe in your eyes the biggest difference besides obviously just shooting, maybe the biggest difference from the Toledo games?
That's really what it boils down to. Is we shot 50%, made all those shots around the rim. We got pretty much the same shots, if not more, and we didn't convert, and that's a real problem. And Miami's going to send guys back. They're going to try to take you out of transition and all that stuff. So you got to be able to score in the half court, and we didn't just it's as simple as it gets. We just didn't make them.
They all of a sudden got hot there in the second half, about 12 minutes left, and they went on a 15-0 run, really took control, and it seemed like they didn't miss for quite a stretch. What was just the difference there? I mean, they were able to, get a couple open looks, but they also made a couple really tough shots.
Yeah, they had that 5-possession stretch. Their big fellow makes a couple 2 threes, and we miss a cut, and all of a sudden we gamble. You just do some things that you can't do, and you pay for it. Especially when there's a lid on the other end, you don't have that margin for error to make any of those gambles.
The rebounding obviously was huge. Rashawn Agee, just effort. I felt like that dive he had all the way across the court kind of set the tone early on. Can you just talk about his hustle and just crashing the boards. And defensively as well in that first half, that really kept you in there.
Yeah, he's been that way. He covers up a lot of our mistakes, but we didn't do a good enough job. We had a couple guys sick today. Deshaun couldn't give us a ton with illness and a couple guys, and then that really puts a lot of pressure on Sean. So he really stepped up to cover up a lot of our deficiencies out there, and and he's been doing that all year. So we've got to continue to get his touches up, but we got to give him some more breaks. 37 minutes is a lot for a guy playing that hard.
Is there anything that offensively you try to change or do when teams are just going to pack in a zone, make it tough in the paint, especially when you're going up against big guys like Miami had? Is there anything that needs to change?
Yeah, and we got enough shots right there at the rim, and you're standing on the restricted arc, and but you're not getting uncontested layups. No one's giving you that, but there's going to be a little bit of contact, and guys just got to rise up and finish it. And outside of Sean, nobody stepped up today and made those finishes.
Coach, it's been a little over a month since you guys have put together back-to-back wins, and it's been a little bit up and down this recent stretch. You get closer and closer trying to get to Cleveland, clinch that spot. Where does that consistency? Where does the issue lie? The consistency for game to game, having that consistent performance.
Obviously we're scoring challenged. That's the reality of the deal. There's not a lot of margin for error when you're not a great shooting team. And so when you're not a great shooting team, you better be able to get to the line. And Miami did a great job of not putting us to the line. Obviously, it was a little bit of a rugby scrum today in terms of you kind of spin the wheel and see what you're going to get in terms of how these games are played. And today it was a rugby scrum in the paint. And so if you're not going to get the free throw attempts, you've got to really finish those layups.
And then with that inside the paint battle, how do you go about coaching those games? And you know that sometimes your shooting isn't, as you go on through games, your shooting isn't the best. How do you manage that game to game?
Yeah, you just try to get paint touches, and you gotta hope that guys can step up and make those shots. And we had over 80% of our possessions were ending with us getting deep paint. You usually win those games by 20, and we have to just be able to convert. It's nothing really more complex than that. And you don't want to get 25, 26 threes up when they're not falling. So, but you have to make those twos.